run away screaming when you see these in store.
That's basically the gist of it. If I give my eyebrows any room whatsoever, at the end of the day, they go like this. We get feelers, and that's usually not the look that I go for. Well, hello my lovely nestlings, and welcome to another Best of Beauty from Trash to Treasure. In this recurring video on my channel, I go over all the products almost all the products that I tried in the previous month and give you my opinion. I'm putting them in a tier style system and also telling you why. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm 46 from the Netherlands, hence the accent. And if you want to hear about brands that no one else is talking about, if you want to know the deets of what works on an older skin and what doesn't, and if you are slightly orcish like me, then this is the channel for you. Subscribe now, become part of my nestlings, because we are having a blast here on the internet. Let me explain the slightly orcish. It means the green. I'm a light warm, kind of delicate olive. That basically means that I am on the warmer side of neutral, but not extremely warm. Yes? Okay. Yeah, the tier style system. Oh yeah, before we start, usually I also include eyeshadow palettes. This time I haven't. Bear with me. The reason why is because I've pulled the eyeshadow palettes out of this video. They have their separate video because I'm going to rank all the palettes that I tried in the month of May in a separate video. And there I also give you the reason why they are basically in the place of mini reviews as well. Let me know down below if you like it the way I did it before, so everything that I used in May is in the Best of Beauty, or do you prefer this one to be hopefully a little bit shorter and then the eyeshadow palette separate? Let me know down below. I'm kind of experimenting because apparently I like that. Yes, never mind. Let me tell you about the tier system. I have 5 tiers because I'm extra like that. The first tier is a hell no. The next one is meh. The next category is
the Twilight Zone.
You need to do it like that. Yes, you do. With a funny voice. Then the next category is basically my favorites category, and that is
AMAZEBALLS.
The next category is the favorites of the favorites, the holy grails of the month, or you have to pry these out of my cold, dead hands. These are products that I kind of want to be buried with, you know, I need to have in my life. Okay, let's just get started with the oh hell no category, because yes, I have oh hell no's this month. So let's start with, shall we start with this? Yes, I used it once and I immediately knew that I did not like it at all. It's a lash glue, and it's a lash glue from a brand that I had never heard about. We got them just in store, or at least I saw them now in store, and the brand is called Pinky Goat. So here's what the glue looks like, and it's a black glue. It was the only glue that they had in store where I was, and when I opened this and I basically pushed the glue out, I could kind of smell it. I don't like that at all. So that was the first thing that I noticed, the smell, that I was like, when I put it on the lashes, I was like, it looks a little bit weird. I am used to a glue that's thinner. I felt like the glue did not really want to stick to my eye, to my eyes basically. And it smelled and it felt so heavy and gloopy that I was like, I am never going to use this glue again. So this is the worst in the oh hell. This, no. No. So yeah, this one, no. Runaway screaming, hell no. Okay, the next product that I'm going to mention, I have here a sample, and it is a foundation, and especially in foundations, I know what my preferences are and what my preferences are not. This is the IRL foundation from Makeup Revolution. The color that I tried is 8.5, this is actually the medium card. It's the lightest one, but it's not the lowest number. It's very interesting, but fine, that's okay. I can mix in a color corrector to make it olive, and this was actually a warm, I think a medium or light medium yellow undertone, which I then pick because I can mix in a blue color corrector. I prefer that mixing combination instead of a neutral and then mixing in a green. It's just personal preference. It looked so not sexy on my face. Also, it's pretty full coverage and it's extremely matte, and I don't go for that. So that's why one of the reasons that I got a sample a soft matte. I thought a soft matte finish is, I don't know, not really extremely matte, but maybe a little bit more matte than a natural finish. I don't know. I did not really understand what they meant by soft matte, but it was too matte for me. So that's the first thing that I noticed. It was too matte for me. It did not feel heavy on the skin. It's not that. It just felt like I could feel it not being set. I could feel that on my face, but it looked very cakey and very powdered. And I hadn't powdered it. I feel like the powder to liquid foundation ratio in the foundation is off. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you have a foundation that when you put it on, you can feel it set to a matte finish. For instance, like the Maybelline Superstay. That one is also matte, but it has a correct powder to liquid ratio. For me at least. That means that especially right now, if I were to use it, and I have used it before I went cruelty free, I did not need to powder it. And it also did not look cakey. In summer I could use it and then I could set it and it still was matte, but it wasn't extremely cakey. So that's what I mean by the powder to liquid ratio for me was good in the Maybelline Superstay, but not in this one. This has too little powder to liquid or too much powder to liquid. So I feel like it slides around and I want to set it, but it looks like I have already set it. It emphasizes lines, it emphasizes texture for me, and it looked splotchy as well. It was just not. If you love this foundation, let me know how you get it to work, because I am very much glad that I did not buy a full size, and I will not buy a full size because I don't want to use this foundation. It just, no. Next I'm going to go to the next category, which is meh. And in meh I have two products here. The products function, but they are not my favorite. And I don't think that I will use those that are in here. That's the reason that they are here. Let's start with the first thing, which is from Beauty Bay, and it is their Brow Fixer Brow Mascara. This is the color Sable. Now, the color is too light for what I go for, but okay, fine. This though, it doesn't do anything for me. So it kind of colors my brows a little bit, but it also has, I want to say sticky bits. It has fibers in it and they become sticky bits in my eyebrows, but they don't, for me they don't do anything. So while I get fibers in my lashes and I can basically then see it making my lashes longer, I don't want my eyebrows to be longer. I want them to be fuller, but this doesn't do that for me. So, and maybe it's because my eyebrow hairs are sparse. I have filled them in a little bit, but I don't have a lot of eyebrows. And I want them plastered to my head. If I give my eyebrows any room whatsoever, at the end of the day they go like this, we get feelers, and that's usually not the look that I go for. It's basically this part is kind of laying all kinds of ways, and this here will stand up a little bit, and then there it's like and then that one is worse than that one. No, it's not good. I need them plastered to my face, honest to God. And this just, it gives them color, but that's the only thing that it does. So if that sounds like something that you will like, maybe then this is something for you. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to mention, it's part of a system from Kiss, the false Cara system. And I hear you saying, but you love that system, and you are absolutely correct. This particular part of the system, it's not, no, but I can make it work. So that's why it's not in the oh hell no. I actually bought the complete starter kit. So it has lashes, it has an applicator, and it has basically the gluey part. So the part I'm going to mention now are the falsies. So here they are. And these, as you can see, are basically, I don't know, do you call that cluster strip lashes, but then cut up? The first time I tried this, I ripped half of the lashes off because they are very, very delicate. And that's very nice if you glue them underneath. That's very, very nice, especially to start with. But for me, they were too delicate. I ripped them apart. And also because they are parts, I felt like I could not make a nice curve with them. So that is why they are here, because I can teach myself to work with these, but I know that I won't, because it's not my preference. If you like pieces though, or if you cut up strip lashes anyway, then I think you will like these. So let's then talk about the style. So the style that was in here, I think it was a little bit of length. You did not see it for me. My own lashes are quite long, so these did not. The only kind of thing it did was it made a little bit of a black line there, and it gave them a hint more volume because I had more hairs. But that was the only thing. So that is why they are here in matte. They are too delicate for me, but maybe this is exactly what you are looking for. They do have them in different styles. So they also have lengthening, they have thickening, or volumizing, and I thought they had wispy or something like that. Okay. Let's go to the next category, and the next category is
the Twilight Zone.
And in the Twilight Zone are products that I do like. There's just something about them that I'm like, they will probably not be my favorite. So that's why they're here, but they're still good products and they function well. Okay, let's start with these, which are pencils from Colourpop. Now, if I'm basing this on formula, they need to be in the AMAZEBALLS, because this formula is very much what I go for. It's very soft, it's very creamy, but they do dry down and they stay all day. But in this case, it's kind of a color thing. Also, my experience with Colourpop's twist ups, that's not really... They dried out pretty quickly for me. So because I don't know how long they will stay this creamy for, that's also kind of the reason that they're here. So I really do like these. The colors, I just grouped them together. The colors, I think that I don't know how often I will use these specific colors. I have used this one. And I thought it was pretty. I think I also used this one. Shimmery. I actually don't know if these are in stock because these were from the Avatar collection. So I really love the formula of these. The colors are okay. It's not really the colors that I gravitate towards right now, at least. Yeah, and I don't know how long they will stay good for, but that's basically. But I do really love the formula, and yeah, I think that the colors are nice. It's not really why I bought them though. I honest to God bought them more for the packaging then. No, never mind. Don't judge. The next product I'm going to go for is from Cara Cosmetics, and it is the Fix Potion, the gel primer. Now this is a primer that I use for shimmer shades. While I like this, it is a little bit too wet for what I go for. So the one that I have from Death and Candy, it's a little bit more sticky. It has a little bit more substance in it. So how do I use it? I put my eyeshadow on, and then usually where it creases, you can see that fold right there. That's usually where it creases. Because my eyes are deep set, you can see that part of my lid folds back over my eyeball into my skull. And that is where I need the most grip. What do? I make sure that that part also has matte shadow. So I have my eyeshadow primer on, then there goes matte shadow, goes basically on top where I know it will crease the most for me. And then I tap this on. But because this is so liquidy, I really need to make sure that my brush isn't too wet, because if it is a hint too wet, it removes the powder layer that I want to have underneath. Now if you're looking for something that is liquidy and can clean up your lid, then this will probably be something for you. So what actually has happened is I have a little bit, well not anymore, but I usually put a bit on the cap here, and I kind of let that dry out a little bit, because I just prefer it if it is a little bit drier. A hint. I hope that makes sense. I do like the product. I actually used it today and it works well. I just prefer a gel primer that's a little bit thicker and has a little bit more stick than this one does. That's how it feels for me anyway. Okay, let's next go to these from Essence. And these are the dip liners. I have the brown and the black, and I think they are new in stores, at least here. I really wanted to have a brown eyeliner, especially because I am now experimenting with falsies underneath my lashes instead of on top. So I'm like, you know, let me try it. It is really waterproof. I love the way that they are colored, because I also have another brown eyeliner from NYX that I feel lacks pigment. This one is, in my opinion, very, very nicely pigmented. I haven't used the black one yet, but I did use the brown one. So why is the black one in here? It's because of the applicator. So this is it's not a, I want to say sponge tip applicator, but that's not it. This is it's basically a silicone tip or something like that. And it works, yes. I just prefer a brush tip. So I will use these and I will use them up. So that's why they're here. And yes, they are waterproof. I just prefer a brush tip. I think that the formula is nice, maybe a hint too wet, but I think that's also because of the applicator. So I like the product. I don't really like the applicator that much, but I also don't hate it. So that's why it's here in the Twilight Zone. The last thing that's in the Twilight Zone is here because of the formula. And yeah, it's from the Colourpop Winnie the Pooh collection. It's the Gloss Trio. So I basically bought the entire collection. The eyeshadow palette will be in the ranking part of, well, the month in review. But we're going to talk about these next. So I have, as you can see, all 3 colors. I actually also tried all 3 colors. And I do like the gloss formula. And that's why it's here. So I love that it's Winnie the Pooh. I love the aesthetic. I love it. 2 bits, very, very much so. That's why I bought them. I have tried a lip gloss from Colourpop before, and I liked, there was an orange Luxe gloss. I liked it, but if I put a hint too much on, it felt gloopy. I feel that these don't have that. I don't feel it gets gloopy as quickly. However, for a gloss, I don't want to say it's too dry. But it's I don't know, it's almost an interesting formula. I don't know, maybe you can see it. Maybe I need to get one of the darker colors. There is a certain, can you see? A certain, I again want to say a certain powderiness in here, which it's not really, but it's just not as smooth and glossy as I prefer in a lip gloss. I don't really know how to explain it. They are not like the butter glosses from NYX because they have more shine. This has a little bit more substance. I don't really know how to explain it. One thing that I did not really have though was that they built up to be gloopy very quickly. So I did not have that. But it's just not, they are not bad. But it's not my favorite lip gloss formula. I prefer a gloss that has just a little bit more movement. Maybe that is it. Maybe that's it. So that when I basically take it out, I can kind of see it has a little bit more movement than this. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know. But I really do like them. They're just not my absolute favorite formula, if that makes any sense. But yeah, they are here in the Twilight Zone because I do love them, but they are not favorites. They're good, but they're not favorites. Yes? Yes. Okay. Okay, let's next go to the next category, which is the AMAZEBALLS category. And in the AMAZEBALLS category are, as I said, my favorites of the month. Let's start with a brush. Yes, let's start with this, which is a Morphe brush. Yes, I know, am I? It's the E36, and it's one of the brushes from Morphe that I really love. And this is my second one. Now, my first one is a lot shorter, so all the E30, and I've heard this before, all the E36s are a little bit different, apparently. I was in Amsterdam, I went to the Morphe store because I walked past it and I was like, I really want to get me another one. So, and I bought another one. So I have 2 of these right now. So that basically tells you that I really love the brush, because I'm very particular in my brushes. Okay, let's next go to this. And this is a product that I bought not to use, but the aesthetic, that's why I bought it. And it is from I Heart Revolution. It's their Snow White Apple highlighter, and I just love the way that this is looking. I think it's just so pretty, and also the plastic is still on, but also the way that it looks. I love the aesthetic. Now, formula wise, I kind of did swatch it lightly so I could talk about the formula. The formula won't be my favorite, but I also did not buy this to use. I bought it for the aesthetic. It was only $2.50. It was on sale, 50% off, so I just had to throw it in there. But yeah, it's the apple highlighter. What can I say? It's the aesthetic. That's why it's here. Yes. Okay. Let's next go to the other thing that I have here from I Heart Revolution, which is actually from their it's a hair care product. So this is what it looks like, and it is called the Rainbow Shots. It is the color, shampoo and conditioner in one, and this is in the shade Sweet Peach that I bought. I also have two actually in pink something else, and it could have been either of those. It's just the product in itself. So I have the peach and I have a pink. It's kind of a combination between a shampoo and a shampoo, a hair mask and a coloring. It lasts basically 1 to 3 washes, but that's what I use to tone my hair with. It doesn't leave my hair feeling as soft as the ones that I can get here in store, that are from basically a house brand from one of our drugstores, which I use for my silver hair. So this is a little bit more, I want to do a hair mask after this, basically like that. I like the fact that it is very easy to use. You can use it just on wet hair and kind of shampoo it in, and basically I like that. I like the fact that it then also that I can use this and the pink one to tone my hair pink and to keep up with the pink hair in between basically bleaching, because I don't dye my hair pink. I have kind of it's those cream colorings, you know, in a tube or something like that. That's basically what I use to get the pink, and then I can keep it up with this. And if I want to have a softer wash, I can use something like this. I think they're very nice. I found these on Revolution's own site. I don't know if they're being discontinued. I have no idea. There are different colors, and I will link down below where you can find them. Yeah. Okay, next I'm going to go to let's go to the Kiss system then next. So from the Kiss system, what do I have here? I have their remover and I have their glue part. So let's start with the remover. You need very, very little, because if I use this, you have to shake it up. If I use this on a cotton bud, I can already remove everything. So you don't need a lot. The second thing that it does is it cleans my brushes very well. When I have a real hair brush and I basically do this on a cotton round or a microfiber towel and then go over it with my brush, it removes all the pigment. It leaves my real hair brushes feeling very soft. Some of my synthetic brushes though, I kind of feel like I want to wash them after that, but it's a very, very quick and easy way to get them a little bit cleaner without me having to go deep clean and wash them, because I detest washing my brushes. Yeah, what can I say? And it removes the false Cara extremely well. It removes everything that's waterproof. The only thing that I feel like it can kind of do as well is maybe rip my falsies apart a little bit, especially if I have falsies that I've also used with Lash Glue regularly. I don't know if that's true, but I don't know. Some falsies I feel are susceptible to breaking up quickly with this, but it does really, really work. You need only a little bit and it removes everything very, very well. You can also use a micellar water that I have. I have a micellar water that's also that shake up, right? It removes the false Cara as well, but not as well as this. Okay, let's next go to the Bond and the Kiss system itself. So I have used it very often, a crap ton. So this is the gluey part. And basically, if you can do mascara, you can do this. That's how they market it, and they are true. So you go through your lashes and then basically you stick the falsies underneath, and it does really, really work. It also makes your lashes black, so you don't necessarily have to use a mascara first if you don't want to. I kind of prefer to do that though, because I want to make sure that the top part of my lashes is also black. So that's why I do use a mascara, and the mascara that I use, my tube mascara, which the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes, works very well with this system as well. So first you basically, you know, put that on, and I very much concentrate on the base of the lashes on the bottom. I also put it a little bit on the falsie. Why do I do that? Because I use this actually with my strip lashes. So with my regular falsies, this works very well as well. So if you're like, I kind of want to try, you know, doing my falsies underneath, but I'm afraid to put glue there because I'm afraid it will get into my eye, this is certainly something to try out. So again, you have the bonding agent here, which is very, very sticky. you basically put your lashes on, you know, you clamp them on your own lashes, and then here you have the seal, and basically that seals everything together, removes the stick and kind of coats everything and gives it a protective layer, or at least that's how it looks for me. They do stay on all day. It's a very light product. I had to learn to work with it because I was used to putting my falsies on top instead of underneath, but now that I know how to work this, I really like this system a lot. If you use this though with regular falsies, make sure that the falsies that you use have a thin band, as thin as, well, basically you can work with. Not necessarily a clear band, because I also tried this with a clear band, and the trouble with a clear band is it doesn't hold its shape, at least not for me. So what usually happens when I try a clear band, the band kind of does this, and then it's more difficult to put them on. So a falsie with a black band that you can kind of shape a little bit, but not too thick, that works. It does work with the falsies I have on today as well, which are from AOA Studio, which have a thicker band. It works, but not as well as basically just gluing them underneath your lashes, which I actually did today, because with a thicker band I prefer that. But they stayed on very well. Also during a storm I did not feel like my falsies did that, because they were basically stopped by my own lashes. I think that this method and this system can really work if you have hooded eyes, but kind of check how your eyes look when you look forward. Is it like this? So basically, do you already see your lashes, your own lashes without falsies? Because if you already see them and you put these underneath, it will lower your sight even more, and I hope that makes sense. My eyes are pretty big, so I don't have that problem. Yes, but I will do a video on how I use this, and also how I basically just glue my lashes underneath, which I have done today. Because that is actually what this system taught me. Because I was like, but can I not then just, you know, do that with the glue too? Yes, you can. You can very well. And I will do a video on it. Yes. Let's go to these. Let's go to these from Colourpop. Also from the Winnie the Pooh collection, the Super Shocks. Yes, I have the trio. I have them all. And they actually all work for me as well. So I thought that the lightest shade, which is here, I will also swatch them all. So here I have them swatched on my hand, and as you can see, they all work for me. So basically the lightest one, it's not really something that I go for on my face right now, at least, but in winter, yes. But I do really like to have this if I have basically a no makeup day, so I do a little bit of foundation or something, whatever, and I do my brows and mascara, and then that's it. I really do like to put this one in the inner corner to open up my eye a little bit more. The second one, the middle one, I have on my face as a highlighter today, because I feel that it is very pretty, and it's the depth that I really love to use right now. And then the darkest one I actually use as a blush today. So I use this one as, well, basically shimmer blush. So I can use them all. I love the Super Shock formula, and yeah, that's why they are here. Yes, the next one is also a highlighter, but this is a powder highlighter, and it is from Becca. It is the Champagne Pop, but then in a mini. They came to Beauty Bay, and I was like, I want to try it. And I loved that they had a mini, so I was like, I want the mini. I love Becca's formula in highlighter, and also it's just such a pretty highlighter. I do understand why it is so hyped, basically. It has a gold. When I look at it, it does have a gold. But if I have a yellow, a very much a yellow gold on my face, it can look a little bit weird. But this one also seems to have a little bit of a pinky peachy in it. So that is why it works very well for me. The formula, I did not expect it to be as blinding, for me at least, as it was. And the fact that it's a mini, yeah, what can I say? I think it's an OG for a reason. And I completely understand the hype in this product. That's why it's here. The last product that I have in this category is a primer. It's from Makeup Revolution, and it's their Kombucha Skin Shot Primer. The only reason that it is not in the next category is because of the smell. It has a peach scent, which I can vibe with, but it's a little bit too hefty for my liking. If it was a little bit less peach scented, it will probably be in the next category. So this is a gel primer. It's not for me, it's not really a gripping primer. So what does this primer give me? It gives me hydration, and it is glycerin based. It gives me hydration, and it still gives me a little bit of spreadability. Instead of really grip, if that makes any sense. So if I have the foundation that I have on today is Lisa Eldridge. And the Lisa Eldridge, for me, I want to have a little bit of spreadability underneath, not necessarily a lot of grip, because it does grip itself, but I need to be able to move it around a little bit more. Now, I tried it with my Essence Gel Primer that I love with a passion, and it works, but I can kind of see that I need to work quickly because it really wants to, well, grip the foundation, which... that it's a gripping primer, right? This one works a lot better because still I get that spreadability. I also feel that it gives me a little bit of luminosity if I want to. And I really do enjoy using this one. I don't have it on my face today. I have a different one. I actually have the one from Rare Beauty underneath the Lisa Eldridge foundation, and that works extremely well. So maybe that's helpful. But I really do love this primer. I enjoy using it a lot. It works on almost all the foundations that I have. It's just that, yeah, for me personally, the peach scent could have been a little bit less. A little. Yes. Okay, we're going to go to the last category of the video, which is the You Have to Pry It Out of My Cold Dead Hands. Yes. Okay, let's start with the first product. And that's a brush. It's another brush from Morphe. This is the E63. And I never thought that I would say about a Morphe brush that you have to pry it out of my cold dead hands. This is such an amazing brush, honest to God. I am not proficient in a foundation brush at all. And if I do make it work, I detest washing them. And this one, because of the way that it is shaped, it really, you can do everything with this. So basically I do that kind of motion. So that's the kind of motion that I do with this brush. I can also tap. I can even buff. I can also, especially here around my eyebrow, I can use this part, which is then very nice and precise. I can use it for cream bronzer if I want to. I could use it for contour if I want to. This is just such a good brush. It's a synthetic brush. It's extremely soft. It does not poke me in the face. And I can wash it easily. Well, that's the reason that it's here. Yes. If you want to try a foundation brush, if you're like me and you're like,
I want to try a foundation brush, but I'm not really that proficient with it.
I prefer a sponge.
Try it. I love it a lot. I can see myself getting more of these. Yes. The next product that I'm going to mention is also a new product, and I have used it a few times and I'm already in love. And it is from Catrice. It's their Super Glue Brow Gel covered in hairs. It's not looking as pristine as it was, but yeah, it has a small, let me show you the brush. It has a small brush. So this is the brush. It really reminds me of the NYX Super Glue. I like this one more though because the formula is thinner. The one from NYX I feel can give me, I don't know, almost a white cast very quickly if I use a little bit too much. So I have to be a little bit more careful with that one. I don't feel like I have that with this because this is clear, and the one from NYX I feel is a little bit more white. Maybe it's me, but that's how it feels. I use this before anything else. Well, I do my skincare, I do my sunscreen, I do my primer. Or I don't do my primer, kind of depends on what I'm going to do that day. Then I brush this through. I shape it, I have time to shape it, and then I leave it alone. I leave it to set, and then I put my pencils in. The only thing though is that I have to make sure that I clean off the excess before this sets. Because if you want to do this after it has set and it's dry, it's like you can basically peel it off. It's very interesting. You can be very satisfying as well. So you can then basically peel the layer off. So how do you combat that? Just get a cotton bud or a spoolie, wet the spoolie and then brush it through, because you basically revive the product again. But it keeps my brows in place. It keeps them plastered. They feel set but not crusty. They're not going anywhere. I love that this. I have finally found a brow gel that I'm like, thank you, this was what I was waiting for. This is for me the perfect hybrid between a soap and a brow gel. So it keeps my brows in place all day, but where a soap can give you more texture basically because it's a thicker layer usually, because soap in and of itself is denser than this. This just, it doesn't. It just, I loves it. I loves it, I loves it, I loves it. And it will be listed down below. Yes, the next product that I'm going to, I have 2 products left. The next product I'm going to mention is a lip oil from Lunar Beauty. This is the shade Derby. They have 3 shades. I don't know. I got the light pinky one. I don't care. First off, I love the component. Second, the smell is very nice and subtle. I love the smell as well. It's it tastes a little bit sweeter, which I like, but it's not a very, very heavy taste. This is one of my favorite oils for lips. Hands down. It's just such a nice experience to use this lip oil. If you like lip oils, you will definitely love this one. If you're like, I kind of want to try lip oils a little bit, I can definitely recommend this one as well. It's just such a gorgeous formula. I can see, yeah, I can see myself using this one up, and that says a lot, especially for a collection that I have, and I love me my lip oils. So yeah, it feels a little bit sticky when I rub it out, but it does sink in, and it is not, your lips are not sticky when you put this on. That's what I wanted to say. Yes, okay. The last thing that I'm going to mention today, I don't know if I really have to specify what will be the winner of today's video. It is also from Colourpop, and it's the Honey Pots. Now I have the lip the lip mask is the scrub is still in here. The lip mask I have here, and it is just, it's a honey pot. I have it on my desk. I use it regularly. And do I also have the thingy? Because it's, how can this not be the winner, right? So I don't use this actually. I just scrape out a little bit with my nail because my nail is long enough. But if you have short nails or you don't want to use your finger, then that applicator is just amazing. It's just, they have done this collection so extremely well. I really, really hope, and with me a lot of you, I really hope that they will at least be able to restock this set because I need more. I also, these are so extremely giftable. The lip mask is very, very nice. What's not to love? And then that is going to be it for today. It was a long one. I'm glad I pulled out the eyeshadow palettes, because otherwise we would have been here for another hour. So yeah, no one's got time for it. I know you guys love me, but I have things to do as well. So yes, that was it for today. Let me know if you have any of the things that I talked about. Let me know if you have different experiences than me. Let me know down in the comment section, and everything that I will mention will be listed down below. Make sure you are subscribed, so when the palette ranking for this month goes online, you can see it on your feed. If you want to be notified, hit the bell, and yeah, that's it. And I'm just the bestest, so never mind. I'm just going to end the video here because I have stuff to do today. It's nice weather. I'm going to pester my bestie. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I am going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous evening. May your foundation always match your neck, and I will see you very, very soon for my next video. Bye guys.